Hello, hello, everybody. We are back for the second series of tonight. We have the Yellow Civil War as GAM is taking on Adonis. Of course, it is
Yeah.
every day here with Yulwei. Now, this is a
Hello.
bit of a test for Adonis, isn't it?
First, let me shout out Pangaro again, our lighter, creator of all our graphics.
Yeah, graphic
Thank you once
designer.
again. Graphic design, yeah.
Yeah, absolute. If you've noticed, if you've been a fan of our stream for a little while, first of all, thanks for sticking with us. But yeah, you've noted there's been a massive uptick in production value, and that is pretty much entirely down to Peng. So yeah, I don't know what else there is to say. We love you, man. You're the
Nope.
real MVP.
Just wanted to
Yeah.
quickly shout them out here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
But now,
yeah,
the real show.
the real show, as you said, the Yellow Civil War. Adonis came in and was is actually challenging GAM, at least on the colors, because they are black and yellow as well.
Yep.
So far, looking at the gameplay, Adonis is a solid team, but
They're a solid
nowhere
mid-tier
near
team.
GAM's level. Yeah, they are better than we expected. I think almost everyone expected them to be 8th place or maybe 7th place if you anticipated FTW's collapse. But yeah, they've looked better. Played a very close game series against Cerberus. They had very strong mid games and late games. I think they're still struggling a little bit in laning phase, which is something we often see with new teams. They're usually better coordinated because they played the promotion tournament and stuff like that. They had boot camps. So they're coming in with a good macro understanding, but their laning phase, not the greatest. So potentially
I feel
the
like
hardest opponent for Adonis coming up here.
well, that's hardly a hot take. I'd say GAM is the hardest opponent for everyone. Of course,
Yep.
they were handed their first series loss last week by Flash. Honestly, it was a great game as well, worth mentioning. Definitely go back and watch the VOD of that one. There is a YouTube channel with all of the VODs, I believe.
Especially of Game 3. I think that was such a good game.
That was a cracker of a game. But Adonis is not quite the same kettle of fish that Flash is. And I feel like that deficit in the lanes is going to make GAM's mid-game so easy.
Yeah. Also, GAM is not a bad mid game,
No,
right?
not
it's
at all.
not like they suddenly mid game. I've had a quick little look at their stats on the pause. They dropped a little in stats, of course, after their loss to Flash, especially the second game where they kind of trolled on draft because they didn't know how to play or how to draft around Soraka or Yumi. They lost a lot of their advantages, going down 2k on average from a 5k gold lead on 15 minutes after week number 1, I think, to a 3k gold lead, which is still a big gold lead, of course, but it's still a 2k drop. So
It's
second
less.
week of games. Yeah, second week is also, if you consider it's the average from all the games, so the average for only the second week is a lot lower than the first week. So it has to be, it's something like 1k to equal out at 3.1k overall. So they're still a super good early game, but sometimes they tend to throw a little bit, maybe draft a little bit weird. I personally like the draft. Of course, I'm a big Soraka fan and also Yumi fanboy. So
I don't think the draft was the issue. I think they just didn't know how to
the
play
execution
it.
was very bad. They had no idea how to play Soraka. They put
Kiaya,
Yumi on
Kiaya
Lee Sin. That was not great. Yeah,
I don't think Kiaya is the kind of player to play Soraka. I think it takes a bit of a mindset.
But I think he looked okay in lane, actually. If I think about the game, he looked good in lane. He was even in CS and stuff, but then he had no clue how to play team fights with Soraka, which is quite surprising because lane is usually the thing you kind of have to adjust to as a top laner.
He also brought teleport.
Yeah, that's true. He actually struggled in the set matchup, which is one of the easiest matchups for. So yeah, just not a big fan of the execution on the Soraka.
Yeah,
it's not hard to play.
No,
I know you
really
like set, but Soraka
Soraka absolutely bodies set. Not a close match.
Yeah.
So, what picks do you think will be important here if Adonis is to get over the line? They seem in high spirits as well. I think that's
So if
Chip having
if
a big
I
laugh.
had to draft against GAM, I'd say take away Cassiopeia first. I think Cassiopeia is a must ban. With the performance of DR1 so far on Cassiopeia, I don't think you want him to have the Cassia, especially as your team star kind of is PHT in the mid lane. So try to set up PHT for success here into DR1. I think it's a very exciting matchup for the rookie to go up against potentially the best mid laner, even though Null is there as well, stepping up again. But DR1 so far has looked super clean and especially crisp in week 1. So ban away Cassiopeia. I'd like to see maybe let's. I think banning out jungle doesn't really make too much sense against Levi.
Levi's got a
Maybe
very deep.
They could actually try to attack Blazes, who's still a new ADC, right? So
Yeah.
he has shown us the Syndra flex once. Other than that, only ADC champs. So maybe ban away the Aphelios, which he still, which he has played 3 times and looked very good on. So
Yeah, I mean,
like to see that.
I don't think that's not giving away Aphelios is not particularly team dependent. You
That is
really
very
should.
true.
You shouldn't be giving away Aphelios regardless. But you know, teams sometimes do it anyway.
Well, let me ask you a very unrelated question. Which jersey, which yellow and black jersey
I
wins
really
between
like
the 2 teams?
Adonis's. I really like
Adonis's
Adonis's
is very
design.
cool,
They
yeah.
look slick. I really like it.
I mean, I like Gum's jersey as well, but
Yeah,
Adonis might be even better.
high tier yellow and black. It's a good combo.
Yeah.
Why bees use it?
The bees. The bees are fighting the what
Other
are different
bees.
kind of bees?
Wasps.
Yeah. Wasps. Yeah. That's right.
Garm's the wasps because they crush them.
No, I think Adonis is the boss because they are brighter yellow, so
True.
they have to be.
You know that there's a species. This is completely unrelated, but there's a species of bee that if a wasp gets into the hive, because the wasps that they live near want to kill them, they like all mob it. They like dogpile on top of it and then vibrate, and it gets so hot in the middle of the dogpile that the wasp just dies.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
they've like learned
So
to do that. It's insane.
So
we
maybe
need to
that's a
see.
strategy.
We need to see
Adonis can adopt.
5-man dives.
Yeah.
Constant 5-man dives to try and overheat Garm.
And that's actually a very good segue, even though I would be a good way to Gum's games, but they have a right to 4-man dive the bot lane at least, sometimes 5-man dive. They attempted it against Flash as well. They actually got off to a great start in game 3 against Flash, and it looked like, okay, Gum just trolled game 2 and will win game 3 again. But then some Baron blunders and also the team composition being very early game led to Gum losing that 3rd game against Flash, which, yeah, now Gum is sitting on a loss very early in the season. They didn't expect to do so. They are still looking like they're in high spirits here. A lot of smiles on the Gum side, and we'll enter champ select
That
with
we
Gum
will.
on blue side and Adonis on red side.
Moment, I can. Bad at OBS. Here we go.
And there's
Bang.
a player change for Adonis. Scary.
Ooh, scary.
Interesting.
What's this?
I have no idea.
Potentially a bit of
He
a
has not
scary
played so far for Adonis. That said, Y1 has looked a little bit sketchy here and there, so why not try to get in scary? But Adonis has had very good team coordination, so we'll have to see if Scary can fit in with their mid game. That said, against Gum, I'm not sure if they ever get to play the mid game. So
It's very true. So interesting bans coming in here. The removal of the Zaya. What? I'm a little bit confused here. We may well have Aphelios first picked, but I think you just snap pick MF Braum.
that's weird.
Or Kiaya
So,
gets his set.
Gum has first picked the set here.
Soraka?
Set up. I think it's very much set up for Aphelios. Wow, this is a strange draft. No one wants to play Aphelios, it seems like. We have Cassiopeia and Ornn rotation for Adonis. Not a weak rotation.
I
Not
don't like
quite sure
Ornn
about
into set though.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Ornn
think
into
you
set
should've-
at all.
Also, On usually flex pick between top and mid, so I'm not the biggest fan of picking on with your mid laner so that he has to go to the top lane immediately. Also giving away Aphelios. I just don't agree with the first rotation for Adonis. They could have gone Cassiopeia Aphelios. Would have been such a better draft. Also because it's very unlikely that GAM will just take away the On. Now they showed the On, gave over Aphelios and the Braum as well. Very easy decision for GAM. So this draft is already so won for GAM.
Yeah, this is Adonis. I feel like they wanted to pick the Cassiopeia to take it away from D1 because they didn't have room to ban, and they go the Morgana.
Yeah.
What's that for?
Yeah, I don't understand that either. If you want to go mage, don't go Morgana. Go in using mage champ. So this is now set up for CHP, not CHP, PHT. I hate those two players. Can they please rename? So the mid laner can carry now with a Black Shield on Cassiopeia. That's a very good setup. And Black Shield against Set is quite strong as well.
It is.
Well, what's the On doing here? I'm still not sure about the On.
He's ulting into a Braum.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't have an ult.
So
definitely not.
Even though Adonis has hope, I'm not sure about this team composition.
Yeah. Pretty ugly, and they have banned out two junglers.
I love that their coach is named Hope. It's
yeah, they have some hope, right? Yeah, otherwise we might be saying with this draft they have no hope.
Indeed.
Levi champions being attacked, both Lee Sin and Nidalee being taken out. This is a lot of junglers,
actually. Yeah.
Yeah. That's six junglers.
Yep.
We're going low tier on the jungle list.
That's a lot of junglers pinched, and that should actually favor Levi having against rookie jungler. Usually,
go back to his Nocturne or something.
Yeah, usually rookie junglers are very good on things like release and very like champs, like Nidalee as well, and VCS the Nidalee region. Everyone Nidalee. Scurry probably can play Nidalee too, but she's banned. Now Sejuani picked away from Levi. Levi has to find a pick here. It's against Sejuani, so you can. Oh, we might get to see the Silas jungle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it, honestly.
No.
Or the Pantheon. I think I like that.
He was a very good Silas jungle as well. So.
He was.
Yeah, they need AP jungle. I think Silas is a super good pick here.
Silas jungle's a little bit hard at the moment.
You could also go Karthus or Talia.
I'd like AP Karthus. Jungle. I'd really, really like Karthus, but I don't mind Silas.
Karthus with different.
Look, just saying.
It's also Levi's Karthus, one of the greatest.
Can we get a last pick Mordekai's at jungle?
Nope.
And then I've got my 3 favorite champions in the game. What I was going to say. But that's a Vayne.
Pantheon, Set, and Mordecai, is it?
Okay. No, Mordekaiser, Set, and Silas.
Silas. Ah, okay.
Why do you like Silas? Come on, you know my politics.
Yeah, okay. I thought gameplay was.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
I just like Silas. Interesting last pick there, this Vayne.
Yeah, very interesting.
Not a very tanky comp from GAM. I don't feel like you need. Also, they're not switching.
Vayne?
They haven't switched. That's Vayne mid.
That is Vayne mid, indeed. So that's the last pick, Vayne mid into Pantheon.
That's insane.
A little bit confused.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Pantheon should be able to lane against Vayne, especially in mid game. I don't think Vayne can do a whole lot, especially in the early game. She'll just be so this seems to be a little bit of a secret strategy here.
This is
Adonis coming in. I mean, looking at the team composition, I don't think the team composition is bad, but looking at GAM's team composition is much more season 10. Like in isolation, I think Adonis' team composition is quite good. It would have been a very strong team composition last year at specific meta points, but there's a Pantheon, there's an Aphelios, there's a Set on the side of GAM. It might just be pure...
Pantheon destroyed.
Yeah,
at level 3.
I can't see Vayne doing great in the early game against Pantheon. This is very peculiar. Maybe they want to play PHT in the bot lane as well. Not sure.
That's possible.
It's a free lane for Vayne in the bot lane. It's It's into Braum. Braum can't really punish her too much. Felios is still able to push her out. Wayne with one of the weakest wave clears in the game, obviously. No, it seems to be PHT running towards the mid lane.
Yep. It seems you are a few seconds ahead of us.
Yep. I'll just
going on to the Rift now. I guess it would have made some sense if PHT was some sort of Vayne specialist and him down the bot lane, but I don't.
To be honest, I thought the Wayne was okay, but I don't understand why. I think Wayne bot lane draft here. Still, I think GAM came out on top because they have all the OP champs. They have Set, they have Pantheon, they have Aphelios.
And they have Braum into Ornn.
I mean, imagine VGA's comp with an actual laner like Soraka.
What?
I just wanted to tell you, sorry.
You succeeded! I'm on a 90-degree angle now.
No, but to be honest, I think Soraka would have been a great champ for VGA's comp. They already have a they've Sejuani. Soraka is very good, way better than Ornn into Kiaya's set. So Soraka could definitely play against Set there. They have 2 hyper carries in bot and mid lane. So Soraka is the best support ever to just heal both of these players up again and again and let Soraka let the Cassiopeia stand still and just fire her E all the time. So,
imagine this
not
comp.
the biggest fan of the Ornn.
Imagine this comp with the Soraka. I'm going to agree with you that Soraka would have been good. Because you have Vayne and Cassiopeia that can get Soraka'd and Black Shielded.
Yeah,
they
insane.
Don't
It's such
die.
a hyper carry comp.
Like, you put that on Vayne or Cassiopeia. Take your pick, and they just don't die.
Yeah, I agree. So, I mean, Soraka is good in almost every patch. Insanely broken. She was at something like in 60% win rate in solo queue, where Soraka is actually probably lower on the win rate end. Yeah. She is just super OP on this patch. So don't understand why VCS is still not picking up the Soraka. I mean, we saw one game.
I think it's just a stylistic thing. I mean,
can you imagine? I think that's true.
Can you imagine playing scrims? Because scrims are normally much more aggressive than stage. Can you imagine trying to scrim in Vietnam playing Soraka? You would go like 0-8 in lane because junglers would just flash over walls.
That's fair. I still think
they need to pick it up
well for team fighting, right? Because VCS likes to team fight all the time. Soraka is just a super good team fighter. So.
But can they convince the top laners to play it?
So it's potentially 3 more weeks where we can see the Soraka. It's a little bit of a worrying trend here to not see the Soraka in the VCS. We have been
and we're back.
Kind of slow to adapt to meta sometimes. So
a little bit. Up in the top lane, this is actually Vayne top. That makes some sense to me. This is a terrible matchup for Sylas. I like it now.
This makes a lot of sense. I like this lane setup. Okay. Also, the Ornn mid is very good into Pantheon. Soak all the damage and scale, which is what Ornn wants to do anyway. So can't really die to the Pantheon in the mid lane either. You can't really gank the Ornn too easily. I just like Ornn mid. I think Ornn mid is actually most of the times better than Ornn top. Also, you can go for a very abusive top lane matchup like this one. So
this is absolutely horrific for Set. I think they're going to lane swap. Go for the gank. Go for the gank and then run and then TP. Oh wow, horrible face breaker. Really, really bad. They're not going to go for the dive. No, just going to poke the spear. Ooh, a little bit of BM there from PHT. We love it. They have to lane swap. That's how bad this is.
I think even in this situation, it's still beneficial for VGA because now they force the teleport, which means Dia1.
You cut out a little bit there for a second. You might
sorry.
That point.
So the Dia1 is now sitting in top lane, right? And he doesn't have teleport, so he needs to use his ult to either get back to lane, which is very bad for Pantheon. Obviously, you want to use the ult to impact other lanes, or he can just.
Oh wow.
Thank you, observers. We saw everything about this one.
At least we don't have a big Coca-Cola energy on the screen. Nothing will be
I
as
guess.
bad as that. But yeah, that's one of the ways you stop a Vayne. Ganker.
Yeah,
He doesn't have good
and
gank escape, especially against Silas, because
I think
he hits
Levi
the
was spotted though on them. We have to see what PhD did there. Not a whole lot probably, because I think Levi was
He
spotted on the
flashed.
ward. He flashed. Yeah,
Did use his
that's true.
flash.
Okay,
And then
no ward
Levi's
on the
not
try there.
spotted.
Yeah, he was
PhD
spotted earlier when you went there. There was a ward in
Yeah, PhD's playing it
in the
safe,
vicinity.
and then it was just
Okay.
flash.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Can't really fault him for that. Yeah, that's just double flash and game. What can you do?
Also, I was
Oh,
wrong. That flash was used in the lane swap. The PhD didn't have
yeah,
flash.
his flash was down. Yeah, he flashed when the Pantheon tried to go. So now a very smart ward for PhD. Yep, he sees Levi. He has to be super careful. I'd like to see Scary try to invest some time in the top lane because they need this Wayne to be
Levi's
ahead,
going in, and they've caught
that's
onto
not going to
PhD
happen.
once again. The Ignite is down. There should be one little more jab here from the aspect of war, and Vayne's dead again. How's this pick going?
Who's playing top lane? Kiaya, DO1? Or is that Zeros?
Zeros, he's back.
Throwback.
They've put him in. He is in Vietnam at the moment. Maybe they've given him a little face. He's got a bit of a mask on, and the refs haven't noticed.
For sure looks like a Zeros game. Just gank top lane all the time. Well, this Wayne is not useful in the next 20 minutes.
Nope. Chip getting punched by the boss in the mid lane, but this is a fairly even matchup. All?
Yeah.
Fact, all a little bit ahead because of the swap.
On can for sure withstand the set pressure, in my opinion. So
yeah, it's a farm lane.
It's still a great lane for set because On can't do anything against him, so he can basically do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he can go Triforce.
He can't get killed. Yep. Don't think mid lane set will go Triforce though, especially with a top lane assassin. Very unlikely.
He should all go tank.
Also,
just don't build.
Look at the first item for DR1. He invested his 2 kills into
Mobies.
instant Moby boots.
Yep, and he was just mid lane. He just went mid lane to see if he could find something onto Chip, and now he's just wandering back top. Is still at a significant CS lead. Just oh, this top lane Vayne has gone so wrong. I actually think they should have tried to counter swap.
This is actually quite a risky buy, in my opinion, for Dia. He's not going for any combat stats. He's actually, if you look at the combat stats, he might actually be behind the Wayne, even though Wayne is 2 kills down. So
yeah, but the base damages make up for it, I think.
It's true, but there's still a world where the don't really pan out, and he actually invested way too much gold in an early item that doesn't do anything for his lane, and lets Wayne get back into the game. I would have liked to see Wayne get this one, but I guess they don't want to give everything to the Vayne.
I mean, at the moment, they've given nothing to the Vayne. This is the first time there's been any jungle proximity to top, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If you're going to go for a cheese pick, I feel like you need to commit to the cheese. Make it properly stinky.
Yeah.
At the moment...
I mean, the Vayne was picked into the set, and they didn't... I agree. It's weird. They don't want to play this lane matchup. As we pointed out in Champ Select, this lane matchup not particularly great for the Vayne. She gets pushed. Dia has a big advantage early on. She gets out-roamed. She's now 2 levels down as well. So,
yeah. And as well, worth commenting, Levi off to a good start in the jungle, has those 2 assists. Looking pretty good on this Silas jungle. We obviously don't see much Silas anymore. It's typically in the mid lane. I do want to say he's rocking the new skin, which is...
This game is just over. There's no top lane on VGA site.
Yep. Oh, I didn't... Yeah, PhD died. Didn't even notice.
Oh, look at his items. He has nothing.
This is very sad. Vit getting engaged on, but I don't think they have any ability to kill him. Ghana. So, yeah, they'll just farm it out. This is another game. I kind of feel bad for Blazers, because we always point out, well, Blazers hasn't looked great for GAM, but it's because he doesn't need to.
Oh, no. I think
he hasn't had any pop-offs, but he hasn't looked bad. It's just like...
Yeah, Cephalius especially is one of the best in the league.
Yeah,
he's very solid.
He hasn't had a carry performance, because how can you? Look what Dia does!
That's not what GAM is about. So yeah, I know I am very much alone in our community. With my opinion, what I think is the best GAM setup, because I still think 2020 GAM is not as good as 2019 GAM, but yeah,
This
we'll
is
have to
this
see.
play,
Dia
by the
definitely
way.
looks like a very good.
That was PHT actually went for the play there. That was
Yeah. I mean, he didn't even came close to killing the enemy top laners.
it wasn't close at all.
Ill-advised, and it's rough in the top lane. 20 creeps down, 25 even.
3 kills.
And they still don't try to counter swap. I
mean, at this
don't
point,
really know why.
like, I think at this point, Chip is saying, "No, made your bed, lie in it."
Yeah,
I'm not going up there against a 3-0 Pantheon. Jesus.
There's still inherently an advantage in having sit top for VGA. They just have to be careful that Wayne doesn't give up more solo, because then it becomes a problem, right? Pantheon almost on 1 item spike. I think he can just look for the solo kills all the time, actually.
Yeah, he can just constantly
he's
engage.
playing. He's playing it very defensively against Wayne.
He doesn't have much vision at the moment. Doesn't know where Sejuani
That's true.
is. I think that's, and I mean, I like that. The fact that
it's smart. He has the advantage. He doesn't need another kill.
Oh, this is a 3-man. This oh, look at this. Kiaya's coming in. They see the Sejuani and he goes, suplex time? Let's go. The Sejuani ult is used by Silas. Levi's taken a lot of damage though. The Ornhorn, but there is the haymaker. Kabang. Now they're going to keep going here onto PHT. He uses the barrier, but DL1 is here. He flashes forward. He's actually going to go down. Vayne getting that shut down. Levi charging forward. Does get the Kingslayer heal, but is now on very low health. Gets knocked up. Chip could do a lot. And oh my word, Kiaya has to find his way to do something here. But this is a Vayne. Can be kited absolutely forever. This is the nightmare of Set. And bang! He goes for the kill.
Very close.
But no, he won't get it. I don't think he'll get anything out of this one.
And
in the
it's
end,
4-4 in kills, because there was a solo kill on the bot lane as well. So actually, VGA fighting back. Now, very good to see. I think there was a big mistake for Levi there. He was second on the Sejuani ults. He should have tried to get the first Sejuani ult in and just burst down the Vayne. But he had to use his Sejuani ult on the Sejuani, who just tanked forever. So that was a big reason as to why GAM was not able to win this fight. Can we please see where he's jumping?
He jumped up to top lane, but didn't get the timing right. I don't know why the observers... Yeah. The observers... Look, we'll have to have a chat. Of course, we obviously have the power to have a chat. No. Down in the bot lane, we are getting the replay there. Palette flashes forward, doing a lot of... He's trying so hard. And Blazers, Moonlight Vigil... Doesn't actually get the kill though. Palette, now we go back. I think this is live as we do have another fight. Pantheon gets the first kill. What were VGA even doing here? And GAM backs off with the kill.
Chip was just trying to lane, but suddenly there were 4 people in the face. Unfortunate situation for the Ornn. No flash and no ultimate. So in the end, not able to escape there. And we have more fights.
This is Kiaya dead. He wanted to suplex out, but he was on the Miasma.
Yeah, spam your parrots. This is a Fiesta game.
Yep.
Seems like GAM is definitely not trying to play a clean game of League of Legends. Everyone is inting a little bit here. And we are back to almost even in gold. Also shut down now on Wayne. That is it.
Maybe that was the strat. They were trying to get Vayne to have a shutdown so D1 can get more. That makes sense, right?
I still don't actually know if he wins trades right now. I'm just not familiar enough with the
Ghost Blade to a Vampiric Scepter. Pretty sure he just jumps in and then eaves everything.
Like nothing else.
It's only a Vamp Scepter.
And 2 Dorans and completed.
I feel like D1 smashes. Because you just jump in, stun, get the 3 autos, Q him, and then E and walk away. How does he trade back?
That's true. Seems like he's very hesitant though to pick the fights against Wayne. Seems like he just wants to go all in if he feels like he can actually lock down the kill. So far very farm heavy top lane, even though he got the early 2 kills. I mean, he went for 1 solo kill, so that's not really true. But
He's
I would have
4-1.
expected him to go for perma engages on the Vayne. Actually, like it's weird to see him go off to a 3-0 start and then not try to solo kill the Vayne over and over
Terrible
again.
smite. Definitely could have been stolen. Chip, you've got to actually dodge the sweet spot on that W, taking a lot of unnecessary damage as we do go on to a mountain rift.
Set.
How does VGA... I mean, they're actually pretty close. It's 5 kills to 5.
Yeah.
They're only 600 gold down. Despite that, GAM looks absolutely dominant.
Do they? I mean, it looks like GAM is dictating the game. VJ is fighting back.
Yeah.
So, looking at the team composition, it's still Vayne and Cassiopeia backline. So there is still a lot of carry potential in the late game. PHT has looked like a very good player, even though his Vayne in the early game, not the greatest, but he's now back in the game, still behind almost 40 CS, more than 40 CS actually, compared to DR1. But if he gets all the kills spoon-fed to him, that's not a problem, right? So, still think VGA could win this game in the late game in teamfights.
Potentially, I think it comes down a little bit to execution.
As always.
Because, yeah, that's going to be rough.
I mean, Set and Pantheon, in my opinion, fall off later on in teamfights.
Black Cleaver Set absolutely falls off. That's a terrible buy. Go tank, dude.
So Ornn's teamfight impact is not super great into Braum, but he still provides the Ornn items, right?
Yeah.
And there are a lot of good Ornn, especially for Vayne. She could actually go for a very early Ornn upgrade with the Blade of the Ruined King. I think it's Might of the Ruined King, the Ornn item upgrade.
My brain is full of Aphelios gun names. It doesn't have room for ornament names.
Yeah, it's fair. And this Ornn is making LS angry because he's going for the, which is one of the least efficient Ornn items.
Yeah, it's pretty much the least efficient. But, I mean, could he go Abyssal Mask? Because that's the one LS
Yeah.
I don't think he can go Abyssal Mask. Not with a 4-1.
Abyssal Mask is almost 2k gold on the upgrade, so
I don't think it
makes sense. I think so too. So I think Frozen Fist is actually an okay buy here, even though it's value-wise, it's not the greatest. But what else is he going to go for? It's still good to have 2 upgrades.
PHT's in a lot of trouble here. There's 3 people in his lane, and he's just dead.
Yeah.
They chilled in that bush for so long. Give solo gold to Dia, or are they worried about Beob? I think they're a little bit worried. They're just going to take the first tower.
Palette shouldn't get the... Palette, come on. That was unnecessary.
He needs to get his Philo Stone. He needs to get his Oracles. Remember Oracles?
Yeah, I do. I played in those dark times where support
we didn't get a single item.
Oh my god.
You got Philo's Heart of Gold wards.
Actually, season 3 was a great season to play support because no one knew how to ward, and you could place infinite pink wards. I won so many games in season 3 just through vision, which is not really possible anymore. Like, it still is possible to dominate vision, but not as much as in season 3. Like 5 pink wards on the map, all were my pink wards.
I mean,
enemy couldn't do anything.
When, like, totally off topic because there's a bit of a lull state in the game. When Korea was super dominant earlier on, part of that was because the game was almost a game where you had complete knowledge because there was so much vision.
Absolutely.
I think the comparison, I think it might have been LS that you used, might not have been, I don't remember, was that you used to be playing chess, now you're playing poker.
Yeah, I've heard that. I think it was in EU.
It might have been EU, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure who said it, but it's a very good comparison. Might have been actually. But yeah, do you remember the one patch last season where the top lane Karma with support item came back?
Yep, and Zillion did the same thing.
Yeah, I think it was banned in almost every region but Korea. And Korea played, I think, 3 or 4 matches on that patch, and it looked like season 4. It was insane. Nothing happened for like 20. I mean, LCK is very slow already, so not a whole lot is happening
LCK
today.
at the moment is interesting region.
But that was such a throwback. You really saw the impact of the vision there, because 2 side stones, they were controlling everything, suffocating the enemy, and nothing ever happened, and slowly the team was winning. Very weird. If you want to see, if you're a new League of Legends fan and you can't stand the old map, just go back to that patch and look at those VODs, because that's basically what happened in season 4.
Go watch
4,
IPL 5. The best League of Legends tournament
do
ever.
that.
But here's the engage. Scary goes flying in. That horn does absolutely nothing, and the man drop goes across everyone, but he gets instantly Cassiopeia rolled. So he's doing a lot. PHT is doing a lot, but he's way too low to re-enter the fight now, and GAM will be able to disengage, and nobody died. Vit actually had a massive play there.
Blazes.
Oh, they go forward. Nice flash. But it should be the Drake picked up for VGA there. So in the end, they look all right.
Close. Yep. Looked like GAM would dominate the team fight, but in the end, PSG came out of the team fight alive, and then Levi had got very low, and you don't want to lose your jungler in the dragon fight. In the end, it didn't actually matter, because in the end, they still lost the dragon. So VGA looking stronger than they should at this point.
Was the MVP of that fight.
Yeah, I still maintain they have a chance to win this game against GAM.
They have a chance.
GAM needs to be worried a little bit.
I mean, the thing about GAM is at the moment, their entire lead is in D1. And what happened in that fight is he went for the... I'm going to start calling it the man dive, because it's not a drop anymore. He kind of dived. So yeah, he man dived in and instantly got Cassiopeia altered. He can't turn. He's only going in one direction. So as soon as that cleared, it was just... He was turned to stone by Vit, and he couldn't have an impact on the fight. And that's their whole lead.
Yep. The Pantheon is a strange champ to follow, because usually you want Pantheon and then him to never get kills again.
Yep.
And this game, he got the early kills, but he also got all the later. Aphelios is farming up items, but if Aphelios had gotten some of the Pantheon kills, he would have potentially sit on 2 items now. So he's still far away. Also, what is this on upgrade? What is on doing? Why is he ending? What is going on there?
He's instant upgraded the redemption.
And there is an upgradable item on Vayne. Just where?
Maybe they want to save for the Molten Edge.
But why? That is... Ons and pro play are just...
Oh, there's the instant cleanse out of Blazes, and that's why you don't pick Ornn into Braum.
Yeah, that's why you don't first rotation on.
Yep. If you ever want to see why you can't pick Ornn until you've dealt with the Braum pick, just link that clip.
I mean, I really like the strategy has come up, which is on early, baiting out Braum, and then go for Mordekaiser top lane or mid lane, and have the Mordekaiser ult the Braum to have on engage. That's a cool strategy, but then you have on Mordekaiser and solo lanes, so you then need a super strong ADC to carry the team fights.
Absolutely, and here comes the man dive. They're under the tower, but Dia1 this time is actually being effective. 2 kills for Set. Dia1 flashes over, was using the E to avoid all damage. PHT rolling forward, doing a lot of damage onto PHT here. If he can proc these silver bolts, he should get this kill, and he does. Now Levi and Blazes on the run. No knock up there from Chip. He can absolutely win this fight. No, he can't. He's caught by Levi. Should be going down immediately. And GAM turns. The shield for Kiaya keeps him safe, and now it's just Chip, the lonely ram. He just wants to go back to his forge, and it's the ace for GAM.
Yeah. Great awareness for GAM. When PHT's unfortunately a little bit overzealous there. He should have just got the 1 kill and then called it quits, but sadly he was chasing into GAM, and GAM stalled with a lot of counter engage on year 1. CC. Blazes is still full HP. Blazes actually is very good about positioning in the chaos, right? Because GAM has so many damage dealers and so many strong champs. Blazes gets to play a backline, and he never dies. So good job for him. Levi didn't want to go for the Baron. He wants to go for the kills. There we go.
Yep, that's BO. Just dead. for
and
no
now
reason.
suddenly GAM 5k gold ahead. So even though VGA looked quite strong in the team fight and always seems to be even in the beginning, a little bit of a lapse of judgment for PHT cost them very dearly here. And in the end, GAM now with the first big lead, and maybe enough to win this game.
Yeah, very true. I don't see GAM throwing this lead away. It was the lead's been. I've got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What do you think about this Hex Drinker? I don't think it's necessary.
No, I don't think so either.
But we do see this fight
delays is
again.
still
We'll
for
talk about it
long.
after.
Yeah, there we
They
go.
were just
Here's
pitched
the
under
dunk.
tower. Yep.
So the start is good for GAM, right? So it looks like GAM gets to. They should have tried to disengage here, but now PHT, there's nothing left to deal with PHT. PHT is still quite a strong Wayne. Very good dodge on Levi's re-engage there. Messes up one
He
auto attack,
uses
still gets
all of
Palette
his
there.
damage
Now,
on the support, though.
now, look at this. The overchase. Face first. They didn't know where DR1 went, and DR1 was still there. So instant re-engage from DR1. Good awareness as to what was the most important target. Vid also a little bit too far forward. And then GAM with a very easy cleanup. As I said before, Blaze is still full HP with a lot of damage. Oh, what? Okay, face breaker and on-ram interaction.
It's
Interesting.
a little bit interesting, for sure. I mean, yeah, you're not unstoppable during the on charge. Bit of an interesting animation. Not as good as when knockups used to be able to launch Nunu to the moon. I don't know if you remember that glitch.
Yeah. I mean, the on knockup really likes to send people flying in the air.
But
so,
how does VGA keep themselves in this game? Sorry, make your point. I'm just.
No. That's a good question. First, please upgrade Wayne's item, so she's stronger in the next team fight. Because if you wait for Molten Edge, you're not going to win this.
You don't
Also,
have time.
Molten Edge actually, yeah.
Here comes the Orn Horn. Palette actually not blocking it, but Chip is in the middle of no man's land. But they're just going to trade Chip for Dragon.
Nice.
Is that worth it?
That was nicely done from VGA. Good awareness.
Is it worth it, though, to go on? They're on Mountain Drake Point.
Yeah.
With 2 tanks.
Point, yeah. And Chip, no teleport for Chip. So now they have to defend the Baron in a few seconds. It seems like GAM doesn't actually want to go.
I don't think they can. Their Baron take's pretty slow.
True, but
Aphelios
they have
5-3-4.
If they can't, if GAM can't get anything out of this trade, they actually lost very hard.
They should be able to get this in a tower.
They at least get more standing gold. That's not bad either. More gold on DR1 isn't ideal. He's still super strong. It looks like he wants to go for the GA, so a little bit more tankiness.
VGA, they're just calling the bluff, going straight onto Baron. The pings are coming out, so GAM knows that this could just be a little bit of a damage check. They will back off. Scary in the pixel brush.
Pantheon is on his way.
Levi has stolen a Sejuani ult. The engage is there, but it's gone straight into a black shield. That's a huge mistake. Here comes the Ram actually getting something done. Palette is not doing well at shielding these, but it doesn't matter because it's just too much damage. Kiaya will go down, though. That's a shutdown for the Vayne. 1 for 1.
That might have actually saved the Baron here for VGA.
Yeah, that was so badly played by GAM, though.
I have to say, I'm not the biggest fan of PHT's Wayne play. Too aggressive.
I'm not a fan of Palette's Braum play.
No. His Braum from the start of the game has been super bad. His laning phase was very bad. Yeah, sometimes Palette ends a few games, and this one is Palette really reminds me a lot of Hillsong, I have to say. This is
Service did dear so dirty there.
This is more of a hilly int game for Palette, so I'm not sure how to connect int and Palette. It's not easy. It's not as clean. Palint? I guess Palint.
Palinte.
There you go.
Yeah, just Palint.
So finally we have the might of the Rune King. Thank you, Chip.
What were they waiting for? And they weren't even...
I'm not sure.
PHT wasn't even going IE second. Which would be bad as well, because you should always go Rageblade. I don't understand why that's on. Why would you upgrade the Redemption first? I haven't noticed a Redemption cast. I'm sure it's being used. I'm sure it's being used, but I don't think it matters.
Chip, but Chip then stopwatch, so it also doesn't actually do anything for the effect for.
I genuinely don't know what upgrade.
It's a super
just
bad
stats?
upgrade. It's just stats for. It's always just stats. But the upgrade for redemption is, I think, a little bit of flat health.
Ooh,
And
VGA caught in the
we
pit
have a fight.
here. Why were they
PhD once
going?
again dead.
Why were they trying to sneak the Baron? That was a horrifically bad call. They might be able to trade it back onto the Aphelios, and they do, but they need to get the hell out of town. Run away!
Oh, he did.
Run, Beob, run! Scary gets a little bit caught out. He's tanking though. Beob flashes in
the bot side.
Oh my god, Kiara is just punching them to death. This is his ring, and he's bringing the pain, as is Dia1. They'd make a great tag team in wrestling. Now Kiara is trying to get... Well done!
Why?
Grabbed him out of the air. Why did you even press the blast cone? It doesn't make sense. Chip might take a little while to go down here, but Levi's here. He'll use the Kingslayer. He'll use the chains, and this will be Chip going to the death chamber.
Yep. Great fight once again for GAM. GAM really is are the king's scattered fights. They are so good at coordinating in two different areas of the map. Once again, Kiaya immediately went to...
And here's another Ornhorn. PHT is dead.
Oh, PHT. Man.
Vayne.
Come on.
Is Vayne
well, there's another problem with the Orn pick with Silas. You actually give up the Ornhorn to the Silas, and you don't have the bronze, so you can't actually defend against the Ornhorn.
Yep, absolutely. It's always a bit of a feels bad when Silas uses your ult better than you.
Take a quick look at the inventory of GAM's jump.
Wow. He's got so many pages in that book. Levi's been traveling. Look how many photos he's got in his scrapbook.
Yes, but every...
Oh dear, you dickheads.
Nice. Always good to see the
That's such classic GAM. That's such classic GAM. Just...
I say top laner, but he's actually the mid laner.
Yeah, yeah. Look at his build. Look how much damage he does.
Yeah. Now the game really is pretty over. Even though VGA is still on soul point, this soul doesn't actually do that much for them.
Why does Paulette have a QSS? Ooh, the Silas Sejuani ult goes completely wide, but the Ornhorn doesn't do much at all. I don't think Vit can, because he's being chased out. He's got one more proc. Dia1 will chase him off and kill him. Down goes the Vayne. VGA is doing absolutely nothing. Dia1 actually not successfully killing Vit yet. Should be able to get him soon. Maybe can snipe him, but no, Dia1's going to actually get knocked into his... GA, no, never mind. He got the E. Does go down minions.
Oh, the stopwatch?
Stopwatch. I think they can get onto him. Yep, there you go. Spear straight through the face. And yeah, that's another one fight for GAM. So they didn't lose anyone.
Oh, that's true. Almost a perfect ace. Once again, PHT with a little bit of an int there. Way too much far forward. He can't actually do too much to dodge the engages anymore, to be fair to him. So,
I mean,
this 8 deaths is not looking too great for Vayne, but yeah.
This is the perfect time to just point out, he's the Vayne on our team in solo queue. Yeah, you never want the Vayne on your team. You want the Vayne on the other team who's going to go 20. And it should be a pretty free Baron. 2 still dead for VGA. They won't be close. Scary could potentially look for a steal, but Paulette should be able to zone him off fairly easily. Can get over the wall. Vit has TP'd in. We could get something here. They're not hitting the Baron.
Good from Wit.
They're not hitting the Baron. The Ornhorn is called. Over Scary does go. He's in the back of the pit. He's going to get caught out and suplexed out. Oh my god! Look at the damage. The tag team goes in and they're slamming him down, taking him to the pain town. PHT now needs to run away. He should be able to escape, but he's going to be going to the other side of the map. Chip in the other middle of the enemy team saying, "Hello, friends. Where are we?" And Blazers will clean him up. And I think GAM wins.
What a combo.
I think GAM might win, guys.
You think so? Not sure.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a betting man, I'd be putting some money on VGA right now.
Oh, of course.
That's why I'm poor.
Unlucky.
That was... Oh, we love a good set performance, don't we, boys? Someone clip that, please. I'm asking you. I need that.
That was the highlight play there. A very strange game. Palat, you definitely should clean your eyes. Man, you struggle there a little bit on the Braum. What's going on, Palat? Well, I'm not sure how to feel about this game. There was a little bit of troll from GAM coming in.
A little bit.
VGA also with the Wayne, not very successful in the top lane. PHT looked very lost on the Wayne.
Yeah, the Vayne pick, it just completely failed. Like, the lane swap was used, and then they didn't counter lane swap. And I don't know why.
They didn't try to ever get back to the better matchup.
I just don't understand why. Why not do it on the first reset?
I really like
Vayne
Levi's
smashes
awareness.
set.
He initiated all the early ganks. He was everywhere on the map and snowballed Dia in the top lane very successfully. So Levi with a great Sylas performance. We know Levi is the AP jungler specialist, and all the AP junglers in his pool are great. I would have liked to see the Karthus, but the Sylas was great as well.
Too much of the top. I'm just mixing that up. So the discussion has to be had, and it's not a discussion. MVP.
You think it's not a discussion?
Actually, now that I say it, I was just going to default to Dia because of KDA, but about it now. Levi did a lot.
Yeah, I think Dia got solo kills, but he didn't actually do a whole lot with his lead in the game. He had a very good re-engage, how to use rushes, so he still played a very good game, but maybe it's Levi.
Yeah.
It's between the two.
Or
right?
Kiaya. That one play.
For the combo in the late game, yeah.
That one play. It was so
That's
high.
not enough. It was very high.
Come on, man. Give it to my jungle boy. Okay. Yeah, I think Levi.
Yeah, I think both are very good candidates. But this game, he also the Sejuani ulti from here and there. So yeah, I think Levi. Dia, a big shout out to Dia as well. Great performance on the champion.
It was just a good performance by GAM. So, I believe we will be going to a little bit of a break. It's a bit longer than normal, about 7 minutes, but we will be back to see if VGA can fight back at all, or if it will just be another GAM masterclass. Again, I've been Everyday. With me has been Yulwei, and screaming in the background is Rakan. We will be back in about 7 minutes. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
See you soon.
Hello, hello, hello! We are back for Game 2 of GAM versus VGA. And don't let Game 1 distract you from when Kiaya threw Scary off Hell in a Cell, plummeted 19 feet through the announcer's table. That was a highlight play for sure.
Of course.
But it wasn't, I mean, it wasn't actually that important. GAM already had that game sort of on lock. So, as I always ask...
looked great. Kiaya for sure is our best set player in the league.
Oh, it's not even close. It's actually just not even close. So I've just turn off this music that I forgot to mute. So you can hear our lovely voices. So, as I always ask, what can VGA do to potentially come back as Easy Love is in?
That is quite surprising. The first game we formerly with Cerberus, so came over to GAM. I was never quite sure why GAM picked up Easy Love, but maybe you can show us. I'm not the biggest fan of this substitution. I think you should build lasers. He looks like a promising player in the bot lane, and I don't really understand why. VGA is doing weird stuff on the other side. Django is in for BOP.
Django often comes in. But for BOP?
So is Chip playing support or Django? Who knows, right? Oh, VCS.
I don't like teams that do this. Put your players in roles.
I hate it. Oh man, this is such a VCS thing. Oh man. Well, who needs BOP anyway, right? He just won the laning phase against Palat and was the only strong point in the game for just sub him out and get a top laner in there. I can't. Like, what? Why?
Doesn't make any sense.
Oh god, he's sitting in the support position. Okay, so another Pike, another off-role Pike player like
I
Kuroko
don't
in the first game.
I don't understand. Oops, sorry.
I
Out of Discord.
I really don't like this. I can understand you being quite frustrated against GAM as a new team, and the chances of you winning against GAM are slim. That is for sure. But why not use the time on stage to practice with your actual lineup to get some experience against the best team in the
Yeah.
league?
Yep. See
Second
if you
best
can
team.
play
Who
them
knows?
close. You I don't
Yeah.
think you have much of a chance of beating them, but you can at least play it
Yeah.
close.
I hate this VCS thing to just randomly sub in players.
It just doesn't
To be
make
clear,
sense.
I don't have anything against. I okay to play it. It's okay to sub on another ADC, another top lane. Don't sub in top laner as your. Why would you do that?
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, on a professional level, you cannot play more than one role.
Yeah, it
You just
also.
can't. Not on a professional level if you're trying to be a top team. So,
I think it comes off as very unprofessional, amateurish, as very minor
yeah.
region-ish, whatever the
Not to
right word.
mention, I think the worst role you can do it with is AD
Yeah,
carry or support. Particularly support. And it like if maybe Django is actually like plays a lot of support, but if he doesn't, support is not just because a lot of people think of support as like, oh, it's just support. No, in professional play, it's pretty much the second most important role. Like jungle
yeah.
then support in the early game because supports roam all the time. They make plays
Yeah.
everywhere.
And it plays a little bit differently than in solo queue. Also, you always play with a bot laner, so your bot lanes does matter way more than in solo. So it really does not make too much sense to sub out your support for a random top lane in your team. Let's see, maybe they've prepared something. Maybe they've cooked up a very unusual strategy. Maybe we'll actually see Django play the carry on the lane, and then Wit play the supportive role on whatever champ.
Maybe we're
I'm not
getting the
sure.
first
Who knows?
double support item bot lane with Senna.
Yeah, could see that.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I
This
don't
is the
think so.
Senna nerf patch, right? So it actually
10-2,
makes
yeah.
no. It's the next
No,
patch.
10-3 is Senna nerf. It's still really strong. But
Yeah.
I don't. But VCS doesn't like it.
Yeah, it's not high priority in the Asian league, so it's still sitting on today, but yesterday they were still sitting on 0%, I think. So seems to be a little bit of a EU special because all the LCS is picking up Senna a lot, but they always lose with Senna. I'm not sure
Yeah,
why.
high double lift.
Especially double lift. Yeah.
Yeah, we both went there. I mean, it's the obvious one to call out.
Yeah.
We won't go.
The
We're
obvious
talking about a
there.
good region. We should continue talking about a good region, the VCS. Yeah, I mean, Senna, I just don't think fits the playstyle. And despite the fact that she is kind of busted, she doesn't carry games on her own. You definitely need a secondary carry. She is a secondary carry, but you need a primary carry. So I mean, potentially GAM could play her. And I think they have one or two games on Senna.
Yeah. They have played a few. Both teams have played Senna. No, I'm lying. Adonis has played Senna, but Blaze played Senna.
Yeah, I thought Blazers did.
Yeah, Blazes is the perfect player to play Senna, right? He's the secondary carry, like or even tertiary carry behind Kiaya and Dia1, and that's a good setup to have as well. I still don't quite agree with you have to play through all the players on the team. I think Blazes can be the secondary carry. You don't need him to ever.
This is a discussion we're going to have on our next podcast because I disagree with you
Teasing it a
so
little bit, right?
ridiculously heavily.
Yeah.
Come watch the Everyway podcast. We might be having a rioter on for our next.
Yeah.
Get a bit of an insight
coming
about
out
the
next
VCS.
week, hopefully.
Once we get it recorded. But what picks do you think will be important both to deny from GAM and for VGA to play through?
So it seems like Dia1 has really taken a. So maybe get him off. He has played him twice now. So and always has a super high KDA on the champ. I'd like to see a little bit of Pantheon focus, I have to say. Everything else just standard drafting. maybe don't go on first rotation again. That didn't really pan out for you. Aphelios priority for Vit, potentially something Adonis could pick up. I think they were way too hesitant to lock in the Aphelios. Gave it over for free to Blazes. We, of course, have not seen Easylove play this season, so who knows if he's good on the Aphelios. Should be. He's an ADC. Every ADC should be good on Aphelios right now.
Yeah, if you're not good on
Those are the
Aphelios at the
primary
moment,
trends.
it's pretty much pretty unforgivable in the current meta. It's kind of like if you're a top laner and can't play Aatrox.
What about Set?
I don't think
Kiai seems to really
Kiai is
favor the Set.
really good at him.
He's very good, and Gam likes to first pick this.
So. I think we want to ban that. Oh no, we have an issue on stage.
Well, it's not great. Audio issues also one of those issues that can take quite a while in the VCS.
Yes, unfortunately. Not what you want to see.
Intense audio issues.
That we have, and it's also often a lie. Let's be completely honest. It's often not audio issues. They've just got about 3 that they cycle through. Which, I mean, to be perfectly fair, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
just
an issue on stage.
It doesn't matter what's broken.
Maybe it's a toilet issue again.
That's the best one. There is no better. There is no better tech pause reason than toilet issue.
Toilet issue. Classic.
Pauses in games. Just always been controversial. There's some famous ones in CS.
Okay. Do tell.
Well, there was a game. I don't remember what tournament it was at, but it was Liquid versus, I want to say Navi? I'm not sure. It was definitely Liquid.
So, recently?
No. Quite a while ago. A while ago. It was when Hiko was still playing. So, quite a while ago. It was when Hiko was good. But it was like a very it was at a LAN, which makes it even weirder. There's always dodgy shit online, but this was at a LAN, and there was a round that was like down to 2v2, but it heavily was favouring the T side. I don't remember which team was on which. And then a player's computer shut off. And the normal rule is, if damage has been dealt in the round, doesn't matter. Anything can happen, that round plays out.
Wow.
If damage has been dealt. Because remember, damage isn't dealt as early in Counter-Strike. Like, in a round. Like, also, rounds have really started. Minutes, right? Exactly. Rounds have started by the time, like, things are being committed by that. But this was before that rule was made. And it came out that the player had kicked their computer by accident. And he said it was an accident. But he kicked it, and the cord came out.
So it was on the losing side?
Yeah, I think he was on the losing side. And people were like, how do we know it was an accident? Might have just pulled the power cord.
Indeed. Yeah.
And then they had to restart the round. Quite controversial. But then now they've brought in the rule that it's like, I think if a minute has passed or damage has been dealt.
Yeah, that sounds like a good rule.
Unless, I think the only exception, like, this is it's a tournament-to-tournament rule, but everyone does it. I think the only exception is if it's obviously the tournament's fault. Like, if the power goes out at the stadium, like, then they just replay the round.
It's way easier in CS to make such a rule, because in League...
Oh, we have champions like those, so we can focus on the game we all care about. We'll be switching over to the champ select. Set up the things.
We have Adonis on blue side, Gam on red side. For Gam, bait the Set first pick, or answer with Set and something, maybe Set Aphelios first rotation. If they get Set Aphelios first rotation, I think we don't need to play out the game, honestly.
If they get Set Aphelios first rotation, I'm adjusting my power ranking to put Adonis back to last.
Yeah.
Because that's very, very bad. If that
then
ends up
all
happening,
hope is gone.
Yep, hope should be gone if that happens. Definitely should be gone. Right. And it is the jungle bans coming in pretty heavily here from VGA.
So far, no Pantheon focus.
And a blue side Akali ban.
Never good to see.
Okay, and the Set ban comes out for GAM, so they just don't want to deal with it.
That's interesting. So now
I'd
Aphelios
like
or
to see an
Pantheon,
Aphelios
probably.
first pick. I don't think you need to pick Pantheon. I think you just pick Aphelios.
It's kind of depends on how scared you are of the Pantheon for Dio. There's
I-
still an F Brom available.
I feel
You
like
could actually pick
you could pick a better matchup than
That's fair.
the Vayne. I like
I
this
agree.
Aphelios.
This is a good
pick.
first pick.
I like
Yep.
this Aphelios. I think you again. I always say this: snap MF Braum. It's so good on this patch. Ooh, they pick up the Syndra though.
Syndra.
Also very good.
You're still not quite adjusted to the Syndra being available.
It's true. I keep forgetting she's back on.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Yeah, she's super strong. Go.
Don't like this MF pick. This can be so easily countered by the Braum. Interesting to see the
Braum on would be a very
Syndra,
good rotation here.
Syndra over Cassiopeia for Dia. Cassiopeia has been a very strong pick of his.
That is very true. But Syndra is a super strong champ and flexible as well. That said, enemy team has picked ADC. Why?
Not quite. Why not pick Braum? It's like, why pick Nautilus is an even better question. I wouldn't have minded Thresh.
No reason.
Thresh would have been fine. But why?
Yeah, probably because Django cannot play anything. Because he's not a support player. I mean, what a surprise.
I mean, honestly, if you can't play Braum,
so annoyed.
if you can't play Braum, you need
situation.
to get a doctor to stitch your fingers back on, because evidently they're gone.
That's very true.
And they do pick the Mordekaiser blind as well. So far, this draft, it looked good on the first pick, but it's quickly turning a little bit dodgy here for VGA.
So
we're getting Kia's Kled. Are we getting Kia's Kled? He's bloody.
Also, this very good champ into Mordekaiser, right?
He smashes Mordia. He smashes Set harder, but we'll just go the Aatrox. That's a good.
We actually saw a Kled ban today in the. They banned Kled. They first picked, I think, or at least they had picked Set,
and then they
banned
Kled.
Kled.
It's the worst matchup in the game for him. Literally.
I've not seen too much Kled so far. I'm not actually sure why. Kled is still a good champ.
I think he's he doesn't do what people want from top lane.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
I mean, I would love to see some Kled. I love it. So another jungle ban does roll in as Olaf is removed.
So please ban Pantheon now, Adonis.
Yeah, you should absolutely ban Pantheon. Well, I mean, do you need to?
That said, you don't.
The Syndra's locked in. Yeah, I don't think you need to.
Yep.
Like all solo lanes are revealed, and the ADC. So it should be jungle bans. I don't mind banning Levi's Kiana.
Yeah, but you're on blue side, so you second pick on jungle. I think you should pinch supports here in this position. Usually that's what you do if you have support pick and the enemy has picked up his support. So banning jungle here is quite risky, because once again, GAM will have first choice of jungle.
Yep, Yuna looking very happy there, as Yasuo will be the ban, the PHT special pick. He's very good on that one, and I guess if they couldn't think of a ban, may as well take away a champion he's good on.
It was such a random ban. Okay.
I mean, I think they were just saying...
Indicates they don't want to go Gragas, actually.
Yeah.
They might leave open the Gragas once.
Does it represent that they don't want to go Gragas?
I mean, it wouldn't make sense to not go Gragas here.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that they want to go Gragas, yeah.
Yeah, but why would you ban away the Yasuo then?
I think PHT has played Yasuo without Gragas.
That's fair.
I think he's just a good Yasuo. Rek'Sai is the hover, probably the pick.
Okay.
Interesting.
A little bit surprising. Would have liked to see the Gragas. Also, Levi the best Gragas in the VCS.
I mean, we could go through a lot of champions and say that. Ooh, it's the Swan special. Braves is locked in.
About Swan.
Is it your girl?
Oh.
How's the Aatrox matchup?
Not the greatest, but I think it's mid lane Soraka into Syndra. That's interesting.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't want to play Mordekaiser into Syndra.
Bang!
Yes. The GOAT is in!
Double ADC and Soraka. This composition suddenly is very good again. Would have still liked to perform though.
Let's find out.
Instead of Nautilus.
And is it going to be the Pike? Ooh.
Oh, that's... Oh, Palette, one of Palette's special champs here, Shen.
Yeah.
He is historically one of the best Shens here.
Also very good against the comp. That auto attack zone doing a lot against double ADC.
That is true. Yeah. It's remains to be seen if he can actually get them disease. But
alert! PHT has smite. PHT's jungling.
What is going on?
Sorry, just the stream has just
the quality
honked.
dropped a little.
It did for you as well. Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm back to
did.
1080, but
So where are we going? Wit is sitting on teleport. So
PHT's jungling. Scary
like
support. Django mid.
So now I can actually understand the substitution. So Django is the Soraka specialist. Seems to be like, I mean, jungling Graves is probably not super hard in pro play if you played him a lot in solo queue.
Yeah,
because he doesn't actually do anything, right? He just plays solo queue on the pro stage.
Yeah, but what if you're not a jungler? Why are you putting in Graves solo queue time?
Yeah, that's
like
question.
why. I mean, even if you're a jungler, why are you putting in Graves solo queue time? Definitely very, very interesting to see where these lanes shake out. It could still be Mordekai's going to the mid and miss, of course, the Aphelios miss matchup. Come on, VC. You fixed them. They fixed them at one point and they're back to Mordekai's and miss. It really is. It's really a misfortunate typo.
Miss against Mordekaiser. There we go. And Soraka is not going bot lane, right?
No, of course.
Certainly hope she's not.
No. It'll be the Nautilus bot.
Yeah, I think so too.
The question is who goes mid of Mordekaiser or Soraka.
So I think Soraka can play either lane. Judging from the matchups, I think it's better for her to go in. I have to say. Personally, so I've played a lot of Soraka, and Aatrox is one of the matchups I struggled the most with because of his Infernal Chains. It's actually very hard for Soraka to get out of Infernal Chains, and then he just die. Like, even with the barrier, which he picked up, which I'm super glad he did. Even with barrier, it's hard to survive the all-in from Aatrox. So,
but what about the all-in from Syndra?
Don't think she can do a lot against Soraka, I have to say. There's not enough burst, I think.
Okay.
You go stone plate on Soraka, and you have barrier. I don't think Syndra has the burst. So I only put in a few games Soraka mid lane, and the games I played Soraka were easier than top lane, I have to say. So I played against Fizz. Fizz couldn't do anything against me. I think Fizz was super easy.
He's a melee. He's melee though. Not many melees can do much against Soraka.
Yeah, I think Syndra will do better against Soraka, but I don't think she can actually do a whole lot. Might get priority though, so maybe. I think Soraka will struggle to push out the lane fast enough. That might be the only struggle here.
Yeah, unfortunately, PHT has failed the first test on Graves. Isn't using the Praetorian skin, who has one of the best recall animations in the game. Therefore, he has failed. The drop pod crushing him and then another Grave stepping out will make me laugh every single time I see it. But no, this is... What are we saying here? This is such a strange composition. And more so, it's strange because of who's playing.
If you joined us the first time, this is not the usual setup. They are playing with their substitute top laner in the mid lane. They have
and
their
Vit is getting all in.
The
He's ignited, but they back off.
And their substitute jungler in the support position. So everything
it's a scary
is
comp. It is a scary comp. And this bot lane has gotten off to a bad start. A lot of damage already onto Vit. He should be able to sever him a lot of it back
to fix the screen. I really wanted to react to your great joke, but
you don't need to make up excuses. Occupied. You don't need to lie. We have a dynamic. You don't laugh at my jokes. I know.
No, it's true though. My stream was far behind your stream.
Well, we should be roughly back in sync now, hopefully. And Still reacting to this draft and these picks.
So let's lean back and draft a little bit. So VGA has a very obvious
We
late
might
game
not be
setup,
able
right?
to because Levi's tunneling in.
He spotted though.
Paulette is already under the tower. Deep TP is called, but there's the flash knock-up. Vit goes down immediately. Levi will get that one. Paulette dashes away from the tower. Chip will pull him back in, though, but the auto-attack nullification zone is doing a lot. Dia is here. Can he hit a big scatter the week? Ooh, double flash there. Very nicely done by VGA, but it's not going to matter, though, because Levi's in there, and he's going hog wild on them. And here comes Django, but Chip is maybe not going to be able to survive. Easy love. Oh, Paulette should be going down here easily. That kill picked up, but oh my god, it's a bloodbath, and Django goes down. 5 kills in about 20 seconds.
Oh my god. Oh, Levi? Will Levi go down in the...
No, the Q's out of range.
Well, we talked about bot lane dives in the first game. We didn't actually talk about too many bot lane dives in the second game before the second game started, but here we are. This is GAM. GAM is always going bot lane early on in the game, and here are we with 2k gold lead at 5 minutes. We will see the second Soraka loss, which makes me very sad.
Yeah. Look at that. Levi's just like, oh,
nicely done from Scary, actually.
Vit should have
I like the first approach. Yeah. Wit should have either stayed under turret or went off farther away, because that positioning was very bad. Actually gave GAM a lot of time to readjust to the dive, and they could just think about who wants to tank and who has to set up the waves and stuff. So
I mean, GAM could have backed off at any time.
Yeah,
they didn't want to.
No, but because Wit was actually so far behind his turret that the turret couldn't aggro any. That's what I meant.
And then in the top lane, now Kiaya is getting graved on, but will he be able to finish digging it? Chip with the obliterate will do the job, and Kiaya is put 6 feet under. Good answering back. Graves is on the board.
If you wouldn't mind, you could stop for like 2 seconds and we would be...
Sure thing, I'll stop at 540.
Okay. 7, 8, 9, and 40.
Sorry about that, everyone. Welcome to bootlegging. If we can ever be an official stream. Oh my god, PHT is absolutely caught here, and he's going to tunnel forward. Can he get the chomp? No, he can't. But PHT's been warned. Get out of my jungle, you damn youngin'. As Dia1 could potentially throw his orb over the wall. Oh, PHT, why would you stop to recall? Chip saving his jungler's life.
Yeah, he really did. Also, Levi was super angry at the game that was such an easy solo kill at level 6, but sadly, Rek'Sai without ult can't lock down the kill. Gets a little bit more experience in the mid lane. Nicely done. This is the jungler's dream. Just get some time in the mid lane, secure the whole wave.
Oh dear, you don't need these minions, right? Oh, it's okay, dear. I'll just clear this out for you.
I'll just get rid of them for you.
It's not for me, it's for you, dear. I mean, Django so far is 1-1 on this Soraka. Hasn't looked terrible, but yeah. Can this draft for VGA do enough?
So, yeah, they're far behind now. They got 1 kill back, so at least it's not a 2k gold deficit anymore. Soraka is still fine in the mid lane, it looks like. So Dia1 needs to find the roams. I don't think you can ever look for solo kills here in this lane. There's a big problem in the bot lane, but it has actually stabilized a little bit, and that's due to the fact that EasyLove didn't get a single kill out of that bot lane dive. So all the advantages went over to jungle and top lane. So GAM needs to get a little bit of gold on their bot lane, because right now EasyLove is just staying even or slightly ahead of Wit, which is not good enough in my opinion. So
fair enough. They are pushing
not to blame
EasyLove.
By the way, I didn't want to throw shade at EasyLove. That's more.
Ooh, Django taking a lot of damage. Can the Unleash power come in? And it does. The barrier was burned though, so he stays
still
very easily.
Ultimate available though.
Wish not having to be burned.
Yeah, that's also one of the reasons why Aatrox is a bad matchup, or not a great matchup for Soraka, because she almost always has to answer with Wish to survive the lane. You don't want to actually use Wish for yourself. You want to get the Wish in for the other lanes to carry.
Yeah. Maybe that's a way to
One of the-
rework Soraka. She only gets 3 wishes. You can put genie rules on it. Get 3 a
Yeah,
game.
well,
That's it.
we've talked. Oh,
Ooh, but
there's
Kiaya is in the Death Realm. He's right at the edge of it here, but Chip, you can't kill him. What was this Death Realm? This doesn't make any sense. Kiaya
Also,
can't get the counter kill, but now you can get ganked.
not the biggest fan of the itemization either.
Straight into Haunting Guard.
Yeah, we saw how Mordekaiser beat the Aatrox in the first series today, where he just went straight into Bramble West, and that worked out nicely. This time, yeah, no Bramble West, and he's losing traits even though 1 level up, and Eustace also. Not the greatest sign for the Mordekaiser.
Not at all. I mean, I think he executed that horribly.
That too.
Kiaya kind of just walked to the edge of the Death Realm and was like, cool, this is going to expire, and then I'm just going to keep walking away. Levi was on a ward there, spotted, as the observers do very correctly point out.
Yep.
A little bit more damage on this mid lane tower.
Yep, and Django is struggling to quite.
Oh, but here we go. There is Levi being knocked up and knocked down. He goes instantly down. Unfortunately, Scary takes the kill.
Yeah, indeed. Scary got the kill, and both of the other champs should have gotten the kill. Graves probably the best target, but even Soraka early on can be very useful.
Yeah.
She got 1 kill in the bot lane dive. You want to accelerate to 2 items as fast as possible, and then you don't want to take too many resources anymore. So Soraka really needs levels over the gold, because all her items are super cheap. But you want to get to 2 items as quickly as possible.
Ooh, is this possibly a little bit of a freeze being set up? I don't think it'll work because of the flamethrower.
Yeah, flamethrower is messing up the freeze.
Like, look how far away he can break the freeze from.
Yeah. Aphelios things, nice.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna talk about phrases, we may as well call him Elodios, just like the LCK. But yeah, Aphelios.
It's always good to have a champ that's more hated than Soraka, aficionado. There's always Aphelios to help me.
True. I mean, he's the only champion I actually think should be.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Every other was a little bit of a mistake here.
Yeah. There are other champions I don't like. And, like, my personal experience would be better if they weren't in the game, but, like, I actually think. Regardless, if we can discuss that another day,
from GAM here.
As the Herald will be summoned up, correct, and it will be not a gold split. Makes sense because there was a fair bit of pressure, but Django's in a lot of trouble there. The barrier's used, as is the wish. Ooh, but Levi!
Outplay.
And now they're going forward. Can we please look at PHT instead of Django walking forward? And it's a double kill there for Graves. And he's now 2-0-2.
Django was so insanely unlucky there. He didn't actually get in. It's so absurd. So the reason he didn't get an assist on Levi, the heal on PHT didn't matter because he was full HP. So he only healed himself, and he himself did not deal damage to Levi. So in the end, it was a solo kill for PHT. He did get an auto attack in. Very unfortunate for the Soraka, but in the end, still a good outcome for VGA.
They're pushing on to PHT here. I'm not sure how they plan to really lock him down. The Shen ult being committed. Does he have a flash? He does. And they go forward. PHT is absolutely caught and gone. And yeah.
Shen didn't actually get to do anything there because he got by the Soraka. But yeah, Levi's strong enough to lock down the kill. Also on 5.2k gold. Both junglers actually on 5.2k gold compared to the top laners, especially Chip, who's far behind in gold. Not very useful right now. And GAM overall up to a 3k gold lead, which is nicely placed on all 3 carries. So
absolutely, and here we have the setup for the dive. Chip is in a little bit of trouble here because Syndra's just walking in. The Meek have been scattered, and Kiaya will get the Darkened Blade down.
That was very anticlimactic.
Yep.
He just died.
Tier1 played it well, because it wasn't a straight stun and had a little bit of an angle on it.
Absolutely. He didn't even use his ult there. It's like, okay, it's not worth my ult.
Yeah, they're just
So
dead Mordekaiser.
compared to the last two games we saw from DA1, this is very different. Two games on Pantheon, he got the big advantages early on. Went off to like the last game, he was 10-1 in the end. The game before, he was like 8-1 before they lost the game in the end. So very different look for GAM, with the mid lane not securing any early kills, and they have to play through Kiaya, which is a very comfortable position as well, because Kiaya is one of the best top laners in the league and very strong on Aatrox.
Yeah, absolutely. Kiaya in general just looking very, very good tonight. Had a good set performance last game. Wasn't MVP or anything, but he was very, very solid. And PHT's getting engaged on, and Kiaya taking a lot of damage. PHT gets over the wall. Levi won't follow. So in the end, it's just 3 people stealing a wolf camp.
Yep. Not the worst. Kiaya invested his ult there. It's still level 10, so you don't actually want to use the ult. It's very good to attack a Soraka on level 10 for a little bit of inside knowledge. Soraka really does not want to use ult level 10, because the difference between...
Oh no, Mordekaiser.
Don't think he can die here.
He didn't die. No. I'm surprised they didn't go through Tribush and potentially try and kill him. But
could have tried, but he had his ult available this time.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't think he would have died there. So better call for GAM to just go for the push. But yeah, so Soraka ults, a difference between level 1, 40 seconds, I think, just from memory, or something like 40 seconds. So it's a big difference, and you really don't want to use ult on level 10. You feel very bad.
Yeah, it is a proper feels bad, man. But overall, this game is feeling pretty good for GAM. Much more of their usual lead, 5k at 15 minutes. Just GAM things. So we love that.
They still have to
do something. Here comes the Shen ult, Kiaya flashing forward, but a little bit of a split discussion there about who they were going after. But in the end, it doesn't matter, as the GOAT goes down once more. DA1 potentially looking for a solo dive, or at least a zone. Oh, never mind. Ooh, the Unbreakable is used. Can Dia find the rest of the damage? Death Realm used as well. Tower is dead. That does translate into the Death Realm as well. And he's dead.
Well, the Death Realm timing was...
Ooh, that was an interesting hook.
Should have Death Realms a little bit earlier. That could have actually turned around the fight there, because the turret will... I'm not actually sure if the turret gets fortification in Death Realm if you don't, because there are no minions around.
I think so.
I have to research that one.
It shouldn't. Yeah. It shouldn't. But
it shouldn't?
I don't think so.
Whatever. The turret still went down to 1 auto attack.
Yeah, and there is the instant stopwatch there for Easy Love, but it's still a Nautilus and an Ophelio. So much damage and so much CC. He uses everything, but he still goes down. Glimmer of hope.
They really wanted to kill Easy Love.
The VGA.
They
absolutely
a lot of flashes invested. So we're once again on an Infernal map. This seems to be the Infernal series so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And GAM's on fire.
GAM lost the second Drake. That can actually be quite impactful here if they're not able to accelerate this game more. Because right now it looks great, right? It's almost 7k gold lead for them, or closer to 6k actually. And we see great first items coming in. Kiaya is super strong in the side lane. Mid lane is very strong on DA1. So right now it looks very good for GAM, but they need to stay on top, and they need to further accelerate this game, because in the end, in the late game, it's Soraka and 280 carries on the other side. So
yeah, there is potentially some scaling issues, but we do know GAM, they are good at closing games out when they want to. Also, cool interaction that makes perfect sense, but I just haven't thought about it before, is if Nautilus hooks onto Shen or someone near Shen, he can press Q and deny the snare. Auto.
W, I think, but
no.
Yeah.
What's Shen? Oh no, yeah, W is the auto attack zone. Sorry. The auto zone.
Spirit Refuge.
Spirit's Refuge, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Wow, I knew the.
Oh, that's so rare. I mean, to be fair, I only know 2 options. Everyone knows standing W.
Yeah, I think Spirit's Refuge is the only one that.
You cut out a little bit there, so you might just need to repeat.
Sorry.
You might not have time as Scary charges forward here. The depth charge will come out On to Palette. Why are you putting ults into Palette? This makes absolutely no sense. Levi on the backside. There's the wish to do a lot. PHT actually has a lot of damage and will use it. Can this Aphelios get something done? He's got the chakrams. Kiaya taking so much damage from the Aphelios. There's another heal. Down he goes. Aphelios and Graves carrying a fight. Chip is chilling in the death realm with Levi over the wall, but Palette gets a good little stun there. All the auto attack zones coming in well. Vit struggling to deal damage, but Levi goes into the stopwatch. He should be going down. Chakram's coming in absolutely clutch this fight. PHT now charging forward. He's got the red buff for the slows. They should be going on to Dia. This is an easy hook for Scary once it's up. Oh no, he goes down. I'm not sure why PHT was trying to chase Palette. And now Dia is turning this around. He should go down to the Calibrum. Never mind, he misses the Q. Palette could come back around and potentially make something out of this. This is going way too well for Gunnar. No, he hits the Q! Through the minions, and down he goes. Aphelios doing so much, but he goes forward. Does Palette? Gets easy love that kill. PHT, can you do anything more? Goes for the snipe with the collateral damage, but down he goes.
That took forever to... That was an insane team fight. Okay, catch your breath.
I'm okay. That was, a little bit of, don't worry, that was exaggerated.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
But what a great team fight from either side. So VGA looked way more competitive than they should look at this goal disadvantage. Of course, there was Soraka healing up everyone at great positioning from Django. He didn't go down and constantly hit the Q. And one very important interaction with Q on this patch still, which will get nerfed on 10.4, is you don't lose HP if you are still under rejuvenation effect, which is the Q. So he actually got way more heals off than he was supposed to in this fight, and topped off Wit's HP bar again and again, and Wit was able to carry.
Absolutely. That said, on the backside of it, Dia 1 absolutely popping off. My god. What is there to say?
Well, now a lot of gold on Wit.
Pretty ridiculous. I mean, it ended with a fantastic snipe from Vit. That was through the minion wave.
Yep.
Aphelios.
Another 700. I think he got 2 shutdowns.
He got a lot of gold out of that fight. 2 items now. He's actually ahead of Easy Love.
Yeah, he is. Even though he's far behind in CS. PHT also very strong right now on the Graves. So both AD carries in a very good position. As long as they can position like they did in the fight. And
oh no, Scary, a little bit caught out, but Gargoyles comes in, the most overpowered support item in the game. They're doing as much damage then. Kiaya's actually coming from the back, but he might find himself caught out as he goes pretty low. Chip in the death realm, trying to use it as get. Vid is dead. This does not bode well for the fight now as GAM charging forward. Kiaya getting so much damage onto Chip. It's a double kill for Dia 1. Can he find anything more? There's a taunt from Palette. Never mind, it was actually Palette getting hooked. I'm totally wrong. But that will be a 2-0 in favor of GAM.
Nicely done from GAM. This time they got on top of Wit, and this time they were able to shut them down very early. PHT, Chip, they tried to do his best on the backline, but he's just too far behind to really have a big impact there. So, yeah, once again, I like Django's execution on the Soraka. He is so much better than Kiaya on the Soraka, so glad to see VCS finally adopting.
Unfortunately, he decided to pick it on a game where Dia 1 decided to, I'm just going to win this game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, GAM is still in a super good position. Next Dragon is coming in in 3 minutes. Baron is a possibility as well. Their Baron take is not great. If you look at their champs, it's one of the worst ADCs to get Baron with Easy Love on MF.
MF is very slow. Oh, not Senna slow, but still.
Yeah, she's not very slow, but she is quite. And then we have Dia 1, only 1 mana item, and yeah, Syndra is not the greatest Baron taker either, so yeah. Baron will take a lot of time for GAM. They can tank it for Kiaya with Palette. Yeah. As long as they get an opportunity to have like 20, 25 seconds, they will get the Baron. But they can't really sneak it.
Yep, that's very, very true. It is currently 4-0 on towers, and those towers are all fairly healthy as well. So Adonis potentially has a lot of standing gold they could collect if they do win a team fight, but it's so hard to see them winning a clean fight into Tier 1, playing as he is. But that said, we haven't had a clean fight.
Yeah. So, and right now, for people not too familiar, PHT might be caught.
No, he's gone. So PHT is just fine. Charging forward, this Graves has actually looked pretty good, dealing a shitload of damage. It's collateral damage is used. You're going way too far forward, son.
What was that?
That was awful. And look at Tier 1. He's a game away. Kiaya going in straight onto Django. Has to get flashed. And the barrier used, but down goes Soraka. The heals are gone. In the Death Realm is Kiaya and Chip. No, Tier 1 and Chip. I apologize. I couldn't quite tell, but it is the kill regardless. Moonlight Vigil is used, but the Chakrams didn't do enough onto Levi. They should do enough on to Easy Love, though. You don't fight Felios at mid-range. Oh my god, he's going to get another one. That was a really, really good cleanse. And Levi could potentially find him if the Prey Seeker hits, but no. But in the meantime, it's a tower going down. Levi just needs to delay this recall.
Ladies and gentlemen. There we go.
Yep, as he does get a little bit more. Doesn't get the kill, though. Unfortunately, Gum's pushing on to this mid lane inhibitor.
So, I think Aphelios and MF were almost absolutely zero chances. Quite funny to say. She's actually on way better items. He's still murdered her.
Levi's got another catch here. Straight in. Down goes PHT. Now, Django should be caught out here, but no, the Soraka slow is completely overpowered. And she will run away.
Speed up.
It has a slow as well, doesn't it? Slows?
Yeah, it has slow, but the speed up is actually more impactful.
Oh, whatever.
It slows.
Look, man, you know what I mean. Give a play-by-play a break.
Yeah. Just wanted to point out it does both.
Fair enough.
The ability is very overpowered.
Yeah, it really is.
The biggest problem with Soraka actually the Q by far, in my opinion.
I think it's her. I think it's her existence, but
there we go.
I just don't like it in the solo lane. Fine when it's support. But it is Django up in the top lane. I'm about to get my wish, as she's not going to exist much longer.
Game, the Soraka is on the same level as
Kiaya.
Might as well be support.
Yep. Kiaya not dead. Kiaya getting a kill, as I completely got that one wrong. Scary going forward. Son, that was risky. The taunt could have been there. But he does walk away.
Not living up to his name this game.
No.
Didn't really
his performance is pretty scary if you're VGA's coaching staff.
I think he had a fine game so far.
He is. I just want. Do I have to distort reality to make the joke? Doesn't matter. Still gonna make it. As Baron now will be taken for GAM. Scary going in, does go down. Chip standing in the bullet time. That's actually not how you want to deal with that ult. The TP comes in to potentially get a cut off. Kiaya's had some sick teleports this game. Levi ults forward to get Paulette into the middle of the enemy team. Really, really good Spirit's Refuge there. Now we need to see PHT absolutely popping off. Vit in the back line. This is why you have to be careful of Aphelios. You dive on top of him. If he's got the chakrams, he out damages you. Now they'll just zone PHT. Don't kill him. Just keep him out of the base as you walk in, take the towers, and take the 2-0. Gum's back, boys.
Vit has to be furious with his teammates because he put in a he was so good on the Aphelios.
Absolutely.
Gum time and time again, but it will be the end of the game. Soraka 0-2 in the VCS.
Yeah, she's terrible. Don't pick her anymore. Everyone around the world, just don't pick Soraka. You don't. That is Gum securing another 2-0 as we have become so used to.
I think it's our first 4-game day, right?
I think so.
I think we had one, but with the delays, it felt like.
Yeah, that's actually possible.
Yeah, I think of week 1. But yeah, as we all expected, 2-2-0s today. Gum looking way better in game 2. I think game 1 was a little
bit shaky.
At the end, they still won the game. So we all expected them to go 2-0. So maybe we should focus more on Adonis. What did they do this game?
Vit's good. Vit's really good at Aphelios. They need to get an actual team comp, like player-wise.
This was kind of an attempt at funnel, right? They tried to play jungle just because they wanted to play the Soraka mid lane, give all the resources over to the Graves late on in the game. I think Soraka fell behind a little bit too far in the early game. She didn't actually get to 2 items quickly enough, so she was not as useful as you're used to seeing. Also, top lane was a big struggle. Kiaya would just murder top lane over and over again. Can we say anything to Easy Love? Why did he come in? Is there any reason?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Okay. Easy Love played the game nice.
He looked worse than Blazers. Maybe they just knew they were going to win, so they gave him a run.
Yeah.
But he's definitely not better than Blazers.
I agree.
So, MVP for that game? I think we might be...
Once again, not easy.
I think they won. Good.
I think you have to give it to Kiaya, though. He had such a great...
True, those teleport flanks were really... They were probably the
lane
highest
play
impact.
as well.
Yeah,
he smashed his lane.
Yeah.
I mean, Dia1 kind of smashed his lane as well, but he had a lot of assists. So...
True. I think I'm happy with Kiaya.
For some reason, Dia1 is... He's just that good.
He is always
for this game, I want to give it over to Kiaya.
Yep, I agree. Let's give it to Kiaya. Very, very good. Is there anything else to say about this one? I think it was just a matter of GAM's a better team.
Yeah.
GAM's just a lot
quite
better.
Significantly better.
Yeah.
And they recovered from their 1 to Flash, as we all expected. They still look like the strongest or second strongest team in the league. I think overall still probably number 1, but not quite as convincing anymore. After week 1, we were worried we would get another stompy season for GAM. But yeah, maybe we'll get a little bit more of a closer VCS series, but not against Adonis. Adonis are just not good enough to challenge GAM.
Yep, I don't think so either. But still, the fact that they had any good performances at all is a good sign. And potentially someone like Vit or PHT could prove to do something for the rest of the season and maybe challenge for the middle of the table or even sneaking into playoffs. But unless you have... Vit looked very, very good. So, do we have anything else to say about this one, or are we going to say goodnight till next day of play?
Yeah, I think we're good. This was very much a standard, and tomorrow we'll be back with some more hype series. Tomorrow we have the DBL challenging Flash, right? So
that should be a good game.
That's our game of the week, and that should be a very big highlight of the week as well.
Yep, absolutely. So that'll be it from us. I have been Everyday. With me has been Yulwei. I do encourage you, go ahead, look down below the stream, and there's a few ways you can support us. You can also follow us on Twitter at the username that's just been put into chat. Thank you, everybody. Love to see you back. Love to see you interacting with the community. So we will see you tomorrow for another night of VCS action. Good night.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining us. See you tomorrow.